Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to visit Kate Smurthwaite again because she made an off-the-cuff video about a topic she is endeared to. And I could make fun of her now, but the thing is, I understand her points and she still isn't funny. But then again, she does recognize that this time. You know what? No introduction. Let's go.
Hi. This is a little extra video. It's not scripted, it's not going to be funny, it's just something I really want to say, really want to get off my chest.
The thing is, I do kind of like to make fun of Kate Smurthwaite, but in all fairness, I'm somewhat surprised that she would admit that this one is not scripted, meaning that her other work is scripted. Her other work isn't funny either. Anyway, continue.
If you are familiar with my work or you've been following me for a long time, you might well know that I'm quite involved with a charity that supports women asylum seekers in London, and over the course of many years involved with that organisation, I've developed some really close friendships with some women who are in the asylum process or who are now refugees.
Okay, so the stage is set. Look at me, I'm a virtuous person. Look at all the good things I'm doing. Therefore, you need to listen to me. This is important because... Never mind, let's continue.
And there's one woman in particular, a woman from Cameroon, and when I met this woman, the first time I met her, my instinct said, this woman is a lesbian, and I don't want to brag, I have a pretty good gaydar. I think a lot of my gay friends would back me up on that.
Okay, here goes. Kate, I understand why you made this video. I mean, I've seen it all, obviously, and that's why I decided to respond. But this I don't understand. How come this whole opening is about you virtue signaling? Oh no, I'm such a good person. I work with refugees. Oh, I've got a great insight when it comes to who's gay or not. Seriously. Now I believe you when you say you didn't script it. Maybe you should have. But then again, I've seen your scripted work, so that probably wouldn't have worked. You want to bring in a point of contention, something that you feel is wrong with the current system of allowing refugees into the United Kingdom, yet the whole opening is about how great you are. Is there, how do you call this? Is there any reflection on your part?
And I made it very clear to this woman that I was cool with that. You know, I wanted to be very careful with letting her know that she shouldn't feel she has to hide that around me. And sure enough, after a period of time, she came out to me. And it's totally understandable that she was reluctant and sort of cautious about coming out for two reasons. Firstly, because she's from Cameroon, a country where the penalty for being lesbian or gay or homosexual is up to death. And secondly, because she's in the UK, reliant on support from other refugees, many of whom are from countries where attitudes towards LGBT people vary greatly. And she's also getting a lot of support from churches, many of which are not famous for their liberal attitude to gay and lesbian people.
Or, and that's just me putting it out there, she isn't lesbian, but she came out because you suggested that could be a way to be. Because, everyone knows in Cameroon gay people are at risk. They really have a bad time there. But your second argument, she got help from churches. There aren't many churches in England that'll tell, oh no, wait a second, no, this refugee, no, this one is gay. Kick her out of the country. So, actually being gay could be an extra reason to get asylum, which is a door you opened for her. So maybe she recognized it. I mean, don't get me wrong, she could be gay. She could also not be gay, but recognize that this is a good way to go. After all, remember all those children in Calais? Well, a lot of them got into the UK because they were children. Bearded ones at that.
She has now added to her asylum appeal the information about her being a lesbian, and I wrote a letter in support of that appeal to the Home Office saying that I knew her, and also that I knew that now I know that she has a girlfriend, that she's involved with LGBT refugee groups. I saw her at Pride this year, having a wonderful time, grinning from ear to ear.
This is what I mean. I mean, you opened the door, she thought like, okay, let's add this to my request to stay on the Queen's land. Fair enough. All tactics are viable, it seems. But you opened that door. Whether it's true or not is debatable. The thing is, you know what? We'll get into that later.
And yesterday we found out that the Home Office have decided, I don't think she's a lesbian. So she has to appeal, or she could get deported back to a country where she can be killed for being a lesbian.
Yeah, you know, and this is where the whole situation becomes problematic. Oh, I do love that word. The thing is, how can we prove she's lesbian? Because Kate Smurthwaite said so. Because she had an affair with a woman, which might be true. We don't even know that. I mean, it's not even really asserted. She had a good time with women and she has a girlfriend. Well, anything else about the fact that she has a girlfriend? Any chance that this is either an English woman to give credence to her request to stay, or a woman from Cameroon who might as well try the same tactic to stay? We don't know this. The thing with asserting things is that they're not proof. Now I know, listen and believe and all that, but there are other reasons she could have used to say, please, may I stay in England? Because the area in Cameroon where I come from has somewhat of a civil war. Or, no, you can't really bring starvation in now, can you? Cameroon is rather a green country. I don't know. I don't work for the Home Office. I don't work for refugee companies. I'm not one of the ferriers of refugees into Europe, so I don't really care either, let's be honest. But there are other reasons why a person could be a refugee. And whether we like it or not, whether we agree with it or not, there are a bunch of rules where the government will say, okay, you know what? If you define these specific things will define whether a person is or is not a refugee. And if you have vaguities amongst them, like, oh, well, yeah, no, but this person is gay, therefore he's a refugee, yeah, good luck trying to prove that. See, the thing is, you may have done your Cameroonian friend a disservice, pronunciation, I'm sorry, by making her add the, oh, wait, I'm also gay bit to her refugee request. In a way, all your virtue signaling kinda did her harm. But I know, I mean, the following bit will be you telling us how you feel that the Home Office is so bad at recognizing gay people. I mean, they should have hired you because you have this gaydar thing. But seriously, you really should have scripted this one.
And I haven't even seen yet the letter that they've written. I have seen other similar cases where the Home Office has decided they don't believe that somebody is a lesbian. In one case I saw, they had literally ruled that this person couldn't be a lesbian because they were slim and feminine looking. So, like, God only knows what is going to be in there. But how the hell are you supposed to prove your sexuality to a random selection of stuffed shirts from the Home Office? It's absolutely ridiculous and disgusting. I don't know what this letter says, but if their explanation is anything other than we're a bunch of racist arseholes who just feel like we can lord it over other people for no good reason, then it's absolute bullshit. And I'm just appalled that we live in this country. Yesterday, as I heard this news, I was on a bus coming into King's Cross and there was the most gorgeous, brilliant orange sunset, and a part of me just thought, Jesus, I hope that woman has burnt the Houses of fucking Parliament down.
Okay, you know what? I let her ramble on the last bit. This is her whole video. And yes, basically she's saying the people at Home Office don't want to help anyone. Oh, look at these terrible people. They are sending away refugees. Never mind the fact that they're also letting in refugees. But they have to make a choice. Who can come in and who can't. That's the thing, though. I mean, either you're a country and then you protect your citizens and your borders, or you're not. And in a way, Kate Smurthwaite is here complaining about the fact that certain people aren't let into the country due to arbitrary reasons. I'll grant her that, because other people from that country are nasty to people for the same arbitrary reasons. Imagine this, Kate. A lot of people from Cameroon come to the UK, changing the culture in the UK. How safe would your lesbian friend be then? Then again, who cares? Because that's not real, is it? I mean, it's not as if England is being overrun by foreigners. No, not at all. I mean, London is still this bastion of white supremacy. The white people in London are somewhat of a minority now, but that's not really a problem because they're the largest minority. I mean, all the other minorities combined are bigger, but yeah, no, the Englishmen aren't the majority of London, which is only the capital city, so who cares? This is the thing with the whole open border debacle. And this is a problem to you now, because someone you consider a friend might fall victim to being different in a country where being different is problematic. And the only reason the Home Office is going to say, yeah, you know what, we're going to put a brake on this one, we're not going to allow this one in, is because we've let too many of them in already. And because of that, your friend is at risk of being sent back to wherever she came from. Cameroon, your story. But Cameroon is a big country. Bigger than mine anyway. Thing is, we can't help everyone. So we have to make sure that we help the people that we actually can help. But by trying to help everyone, we are overexerting our society as is. And then suddenly, people are being turned away because we are, as I said, overexerted. This is problematic. I do like that word to be used against them. Fair is fair. This is problematic because there are people out there who actually do need our help. Unfortunately, though, a lot of refugees can come in and claim, "Oh no, I'm a child. Oh no, I'm gay, and that means that in my country, I'm in the direst of straits. I really need help." And then there will be people believing them, and then there will be people not believing them. The thing is, prove that you are gay. I mean, don't prove that gay people in Cameroon have a bad time. No one is denying that. Prove that this woman is gay. And I know you think you have this great working gaydar. Trust me, it's bullshit. There is no such thing. You might pick up on certain things, yeah, sure. But gay people are not some kind of monolith. So you might pick up on some people that are gay, and you might not on others. You might pick up on some people that are not gay, but you feel that they are. This happened to me too. I used to think that I was pretty good at recognizing them as well. I was wrong. I have to admit that. Could it be you were wrong? Could it be you have to admit that? Never mind though. I think the point is quite clear. Are we going to let everyone in? Or are we going to use rules to vet people into the country? Personally, I'm a great proponent of vetting people. Okay, so how are we going to vet them? Now, that's the hard part. There are certain things we do want, and there are certain things we don't want. Is Cameroon at a civil war? Well, they do have a rebellion. I'm not really sure if you could call it a civil war. But some of the provinces to the north of the country have some problems. She could be from there. Now, that could have been a good reason. But then again, down south in Cameroon, life seems to be pretty okay. So it's also possible that she's just there as an economic migrant, which is a real thing too. And the United States and Europe and the UK need to defend against them. Why? Because they take, but they don't really contribute. So this is a problem. So how is the Home Office in the UK going to make that selection? Now that's the bitch, isn't it? That's the hard part. Not bitch as in woman, bitch as in difficult. I'm sorry. Bad choice of word to use against a feminist, I know, but then again, I don't care. We need to help the people we can help. There will be people falling through the cracks. But the more people are forcing open borders, the larger the cracks will be that people will fall through. Because there's only so much country and there's only so much room. So if we then have a bunch of child refugees that are 20 and older, all of a sudden people are no longer in favor of taking in child refugees. What a surprise. The same goes for gay people. Well, no, but these are gay people from countries where they are being prosecuted and even killed. Yeah, it could be very true. But then one or two of those false gay people commit acts of violence in their status-giving country. And all of a sudden people are no longer in favor of helping these people. Funny how that goes. See, the thing is, we need to help refugees when we can, if we can. But we also need to help our country. We need to protect our borders. How are these two things going to be reconciled? In all fairness, Kate, this is something you should be worried about. This is something you should be angry about. Because it's not about the individual, it's about large groups of people. And I don't have an answer. And I know you don't have an answer either, but you like to virtue signal. I don't. I don't care. People may like me, people may not. I want an answer. I want to see what we can do to have a solution. Personally, I like the idea of the UN going into Cameroon and creating a safe space. Terrible words, I know. But a place where people can live safely, like a refugee camp within the bloody country where people are safe. But the problem with that is that then the UN would become an invading army, because other people do not have the right to tell Cameroon how to conduct their politics. So if the Cameroonian government and the Cameroonian people feel it's okay to kill gay people, I'm not in favor of that. I'm merely stating it's not up to me to decide that they're not allowed to do that. I could try to explain them why it's not a good thing, but I can't force them not to. At the same time, Kate, you cannot force your government to take in more refugees because reasons. That's the hard part. And in Europe, we really need to learn that helping refugees, yeah, sure, that's a good thing. I really wish we could do it more. But we have to keep track of ourselves because we are losing our countries. And that's a problem too. Now, I jokingly talked about how London has been overrun by non-English people, but it is true. And it's true for a few other large cities in the UK or in Europe. In Germany, France, Belgium, there are places where you will find hardly any of the indigenous people. But I'll ask you this. Can you tell me in which other country than any Western country will you find large groups of Caucasian people? And I know Arabs are Caucasian too, so yeah, there is that. But you know what I mean. And as long as we don't have that equality, things will get worse. And we cannot pretend to be able to save everyone. Anyway, this is a very long ramble. And thank you if you listen to the end of it. Criticism, as always, is more than welcome. And I look forward to your, criticism. Like, share and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Let me know why you do or do not. and I hope to see you all next time.